I'm in Basildon in Essex at the house of greyhound trainer Bob Pattinson. This is Bob's house. Here at the bottom of his garden are his kennels. Bob's been in greyhound racing for over 40 years and trains around 20 dogs here now, but it wasn't always supposed to be that way.
When I first started, I only wanted half a dozen. That was more than enough for me and Maureen to do. So I used to have a lorry then, and I used to do, Maureen used to do the dogs in the daytime, and I'd be out working them, walking and galloping at night in the evening times. So we only had like half a dozen top whack. But then when I had to pack up my lorry, wanted something to do, so we got more involved with more dogs. So that's how we come to have a few more. And then of course when we went to Sitting Bull in the end, can you get more dogs? Can you get more dogs?
You've got nice facilities though. You've got all the mod cons for treating and some old-fashioned ones as well that you really believe in.
Well, yeah, well, only what you accumulate over the years, I suppose. Like the old bucket job for the wrist and hocks and that is very that's useful, that is.
You put a lot of time into treating the dogs yourself.
Yeah, well, the way the injuries go, you have to, but it's a boring job to do, but it's got to be done. You've got to treat them.
And how handy to have a gallop at your disposal?
Well, without a gallop, we wouldn't be able to do it. And I say you wouldn't be able to do it. You could do it, I suppose, but we like to have our dogs running and fit, and unless you run them and gallop them, they're not really fit and ready to run, are they? You can't. I could never run my dogs from out of the paddock and go to the track once a week. I couldn't pack up. I wouldn't do that. I've got to gallop my dogs.
With the way the dogs are in sort of your back garden as well, it's like they're treated like an extension of your family. So they're in and out all day, and the way things work here, you don't even ever have to put them on leads.
Never have leads on unless we go round the gallop, have a slip lead then, just round the gallop to put them in the van or out walking. But apart from that, no leads. Come on, that's it. One of us.
The routine, they're very much handled quite a lot every day, from 6:30 in the morning till 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock at night when they're let out again. And I think welfare is paramount here, and they're making sure that the dogs are fine and fit and healthy, and I think that's nice because they know their dogs inside out, and like you said, they live there and the kennels are down there, and there's a lot of attention on them, and I think that's, like I said, for me it's one of the most enjoyable things, knowing that if there's any problems they're only at the top of the garden really, to sort of ensure that they're okay.
I think it's fair to say the star of your kennel over the last month or even year or so has been Past to Go.
Yeah.
And looking back at his form, I mean, he's given you some amazing nights, beating the likes of Clondossie Alex and Calco Fly at Romford. You must have really enjoyed those races.
Well, it's been very good, and the amazing thing with him was, when we first got him, he didn't seem to run Sitting Bull no good. He runs them very wide. Flat bends at Sitting Bull, he ran so wide. Took them wrong, but he ran well. But he went there 12 races second, 12 consecutive races second. And I said to the owner, this is no good, I'm coming here every week, running second. I don't think, you might as well put him graded, sell him off and put him graded. And then he started winning, I think he's won 16 times round there and once at Wimbledon. He just loves Romford. He's a Romford dog, really.
He's been probably, since Conqueror and Slug City, one of the dogs which is, put Bob back on the sort of open race scene. He's been the dog on a Friday night, which everyone loves to come and watch, and I know some of the lads in work, they like to sort of have a little watch of him as well, and he's been tremendous for the kennel. Final of the Golden Sprint a couple of years ago was definitely a highlight, I think, for me anyway, and to walk a dog out as good as him has been such a nice sort of feeling.
He's a veteran now, just turned a veteran, but it certainly doesn't act like it.
Well, he's starting to run like he's getting a bit older now, to be honest. The last few runs he's had, he hasn't quite performed like he was. But the trouble with him is he must have trap 6 and he's got a lead. And just for the last 2 or 3 runs, for some reason or other, he just hasn't broken. And until he leads and gets trap 6 and then gets beat, I'll decide whether to call him a day or not with him, because I'd hate to see him getting beat week after week after week. So we'll see how he goes. I'll give him
been an enjoyable dog for you to train?
It's been tremendous. I mean, if he never won another race, it would be, it wouldn't matter, because he's done it all for us.
Looking at your relationship with the dog, I can't necessarily see him leaving you.
Oh no, you're staying there until he pops his clogs, I suppose.
Place on your sofa.
Yeah, he will do. Yeah, he's a nice dog. He's a nice, friendly dog.
You've got another brilliant dog here, or potentially very, very good, Fiora Small Crash. She won a race, her first race she's won. She's, as a result of that, gone from A7 to A4. You were a bit worried that you might have an inquiry on your hands.
Well, she found 49 spots, so they normally say 50 spots and you have an inquiry, so I might have been saved by one spot. But it's an improving pup, so how can you just can't legislate for what they're going to do then pups. If she'd had 10, 12 runs, then I think, well, you've done something different or done something during your training, but she didn't. She's on her own with nothing different at all. But she's won and won well.
And she's very young, just a December 15. Is she one of these that gets you excited because she could just be anything?
Well, at the moment we don't know, but I mean, if she hasn't got to improve much more, is she, to be decent?
Plenty of other dogs here as well that we could mention. One, Sera has only been here for a week. Obviously stands out for an obvious reason. She's dun and white, which I've never seen before.
I've never ever had one. Never done one before. She's a lovely looking bitch, a nice long bitch. She's I think she's only ever trialled, I think, in Ireland, in Newbridge. Don't know what she's done, but she hasn't trialled with us yet. We've just got her marked up. But she's a nice looking little bitch, so who knows? Who knows? So we think as long as she grades at the moment, that's all we open for that, and go from there. But she's a nice little bitch, nice.
Your own dog here is called Black Haven. Pops up and wins graded regularly.
He has, yeah. He's been off the card a little while. He's come back. He's just trialling back in now. He's out of Droopy's Jet and Droopy's Elsa, which was Droopy's Elsa's last litter that she had. And Dean Charles bred her, and she went over to Ireland. And yeah, he's got tremendous early. He's just got to get a little bit, I suppose, stronger over the 480 trips. He does sort of fade away coming in the running. So maybe in time, a shorter trip for him will be sort of the way forward with him. But he's running well, and it's nice to sort of see your own dog sort of win races for us.
How much do you enjoy greyhound racing?
I love it. That's why, otherwise I wouldn't do it no more. Like at my age, I wouldn't do it.
You don't look your age, but it's actually your birthday today.
My birthday today.
How old are you?
77. Clickety click, yeah.
Or will you keep doing it as long as you can?
Keeps me going. If I stopped doing it, what would I do? Sitting there and watch Fast to Go on telly. What's it called? Fast and Loud or something on telly. No, but I just like to get out, and keeps you going, doesn't it?